It's 5 o'clock, it's Wednesday, which means it's time for...
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
And I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And we're episode 21. Episode 21. I've got to be honest with you. We got 4 products today, as normal. And we're going to be performing them as normal. There are 2 that I'm not really that keen on. One that is a complete and total clunker. And then there's 2 routines that are really good. You got the really good ones to perform.
And you got the rubbish ones.
How is that fair? How does that even make sense? How come you keep getting the good tricks and I keep getting the rubbish tricks?
Because that's fair.
It's not fair. It's
Yeah,
just
it
not
is.
fair. Shut up. Right, anyway,
You shut up.
we're going to go straight into this with the first review, which is a brand new item by Ryland's favourite magic company.
Alakazam!
He loves Alakazam. Right, so first up we have Executive Suite from the guys at Alakazam and David Minton. This is a new mind reading thing. It's got a really interesting hook. Ryland's going to perform it for you and then we're going to talk about it. I really like this, but let's go into a performance first of all.
Daddy?
Yep.
I'm going to have to pretend you're not my dad and I'm performing to someone else. Because the presentation is about you.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I'll pretend I'm not your dad. Go on.
Right. I've got a room key for my dad's favourite hotel, and we're gonna try and figure out what his favourite hotel is. In one of these envelopes, it's got the right room key, and you're gonna pick the envelopes, and you're gonna figure out which one has that.
Really? I'm going to get the right envelope.
Yeah, you might.
Okay.
Right, which one?
I'll just put that over there. Any colour. I can go for any colour. Let's go for white.
White. Okay, white is Park Central Hotel in New York. I really want to go to New York. If you remember, yesterday we watched a Doctor Who video in New York.
Yes, you did. Yes, I remember
And
that.
I got a New York hoodie, and I remember having a New York cheesecake, which was very nice.
Okay, fair
Well, not
enough.
cheesecake, but
Yeah.
vanilla cheesecake.
Get on with it.
Okay. So, in New York, we've got the Park Central Hotel.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one now?
I'll go for the... I'll get rid of the yellow one.
Yellow.
Yeah?
Okay. Yellow is Las Vegas. I've always wanted to go to Las Vegas, and I remember Alakazam do a lot in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I remember you got married there.
Well, no, your dad got married there. I'm not your dad, am I?
No. Well, my dad got married.
Okay, cool.
And I really want to go there because you got lots of casinos.
Okay, fair enough. That's what 7-year-olds want, casinos.
Which one now?
Which one now?
Yeah.
Let's go with black.
Black.
Mm-hmm.
Black is the dungeon. Wait, I don't know. I never heard of a dungeon before. It sounds a bit dodgy. I don't know what my dad was doing there. That was weird. I don't know what my dad doing there.
No.
Which one now?
Orange.
Orange. Orange would be the Overlook Hotel. Never heard of it, but I think that's in America, is it?
I think it is, yeah.
Well, that's where Captain America is based, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But he's dead now.
Yeah, he's dead. Spoiler alert, but there you go.
Which one now?
I'm going to go with green.
Green. The Margold Hotel in Prague, which is in Spain, isn't
That's Prague.
it? Prague.
Prague.
Which is in Spain.
No,
right?
it's not in Spain. No.
Where is it?
It's in Prague. Prague's the actual place.
Oh. There's one of these that's in Spain, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Okay.
So you don't really know where Prague is. You got nothing to say about that one.
No. Nothing to say.
Okay.
And then which is the last one?
I want to get rid of the red one.
You want to get rid of the red one?
Yes.
You're sure you want to get rid of the red one?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, the red one. And that's the Spain one.
Barcelona.
Barcelona in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Spain one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the blue one.
I like
The
Spain.
last one is the La Boheme in Paris.
And that's the one I was left with.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
I chose. And do you know what?
What?
On the other side, it completely matches the leather home.
Behem.
In Paris.
I did it! How amazing am I?
You're amazing. You did it.
Very cool.
And that is my dad's favourite hotel.
Right, so first of all, right, I got to say that was a wonderful presentation. I really loved that presentation. He opened this up when we got it, and he didn't let me look at the download. He watched the download, and you sat there thinking up patter for each possible hotel, didn't you?
Yeah.
So he had something to say for each hotel when it came out, and he had the idea of talking about his dad goes around the world and stays in hotels, because it's not really believable that a 7-year-old is staying in Le Bohème in Paris and stuff like that. So I really, you know what, I love the presentation, but I love the trick. Now,
I've also been to Spain, I forgot to say, but I've been to Spain. I went to Pirates Village.
you did go to Pirates Village.
Yeah, but it is in Spain.
It is in Spain, yes.
There's a hotel there.
There is a hotel. Yeah, we went there. So let me ask you a few questions about it. First of all, how easy is it?
Easy. It looks very hard, but it's very easy.
It is. It is incredibly easy. And there's no special envelopes, is there?
No.
You know, normally you see routines like this and you've got special envelopes, but it's not. It's so very hands off, you know. And the presentation with the hotel room keys, it just really kind of draws people in. I also like the fact that the colours, and Peter talks about this on the download, but I really love the fact that the colours of the room key match the colours of the envelope, and it kind of just shows that there's no way you could have switched anything. Download was good, wasn't it? Download was really good. It ran about an hour. It's Peter and Harry explaining the whole routine, and they do an amazing job of that. And then there's live performances from several performers. And yeah, I mean, you will literally be able to open this up, and immediately, once you've watched the download and you understand how it works, within half an hour you'll be performing it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Now, it's great for virtual shows, isn't it? It's great for like virtual shows because you can put the room key in full view of everyone, and you can get different people on the Zoom calls face to front. Right? Come on, don't be silly. You can get you put blah, blah, blah. Right, okay. You put me off there. You can put the room key down, and then you can get different people on the Zoom show to name a colour, and you can open up the envelope. So you don't actually need somebody in person, which is great for Zoom shows. It's also great for social distancing.
Or you could just do it on the birthday card on the Zoom show.
Yeah.
You can just say, which colour do you want? And keep on doing that on the birthday kid. Or you can do, if there's like that much kids, and then every kid gets a go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And he's right. It could be done for kids shows very, very easily. In fact, one of the performances is actually done to a little boy called Oliver, I believe. There's nothing to say about it. I mean, if you like the performance that you saw Ryland do it. One thing that I noticed Steve Della posted about this in the Alakazam discussion forum on Facebook is he said that he really liked the idea of the prediction being a room key, because he can just put that in his wallet, and it's quite an organic thing that you'd have a room key in your wallet. And then as long as you've got those envelopes with you, it's another thing that you can carry, you can bring out of your wallet, and it looks very, very organic. And that's a really good point by Steve there. Yeah, I mean, overall, I really love it. You know, I can see myself doing this. I've got, I had a Zoom show last week for a corporate, and it would have been perfect for it. But I'm definitely going to be putting it into Zoom shows. Like I say, great for social distancing, great for parlour. If you get the Alakazam sort of little stands that you can stand things up, it'll make it even better for parlour or even a small cabaret. But for walk around, it's an instant reset. You like reset it in front of them. So as you're performing it, you can just literally reset it in front of them. So it's an instant reset, no angle considerations. You don't need a table, anytime, anywhere. It's almost the perfect walk around trick. If you like mentalism or mental magic, I would highly recommend it. What are you giving it, buddy?
100!
It's
no, 9 billion.
No.
9 trillion.
No. We're not going down that route.
Yeah.
Have you ever, no, seriously, have you ever, at any point ever, given an Alakazam product less than 100%?
No.
There you go. Right, okay.
Can I give this one 9 trillion?
Give it 9 trillion. No, I don't know any
20 trillion?
zeros in 9 trillion, and I've got to write that down underneath the... Look, let's get on with it. 100% from you. 95% from me. It's an amazing product. Let's move on to the next review. Okay, so review number 2. This is a download that's come out through Penguin Magic recently, and a lot of people have been talking about it. It's called the Perfidious ACAAN. Perfidious, any card at any number, by well, I'm not going to try and pronounce the creator's name because I will butcher it completely. It's being displayed on the screen as I speak, and the whole idea is it's meant to be the holy grail of any card at any number. So I'm going to perform it for you, and then I'm going to tell you if I think it is the holy grail of any card at any number. So Ryland, I have a pack of playing cards here.
Does this mean this one's going to be rubbish because you're performing it?
Hey, stop it. Right. I got a pack of playing cards here, right, Ryland? And what I would like you to do is I would like you to name a playing card for me.
2 of spades.
Are you sure you'd like the 2 of spades?
Yeah.
Now, there are 52 cards in a pack of cards, Ryland.
Yeah.
Name when I snap my fingers, you're going to name a number from 1 to 52. And it can be any number you want to. So when I snap my fingers, name a number from 1 to 52, though, that right now.
26.
26. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You can change your mind if you want to. You're happy with 26?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't make you pick 26. You literally could have had any number you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to deal cards one at a time on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Was it 22?
26.
Oh, sorry. 23, 24, 25, 26. And look at that. First of all, the 26th position, there is a blue card. Interestingly, the 26th position, there is a blue card, and it's the only blue card in the deck. And the really interesting thing is the only blue card in the deck is the 2 of spades. And it's a really good job that you did pick that card because every other card in the pack is completely blank. And it's all examinable. So that is Perfidious, any card at any number. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you right now. I completely faked that performance. You see, I wanted you to see what this routine should look like. And it would be impossible to perform it the way that the creator has explained it, and I will explain why in a second, but I wanted you to see what it was meant to look like. So I said to Ryland before we started the show, hey mate, can you name the 2 of spades, didn't I? Yeah. I just want to be completely honest with you guys, because that's what the effect should look like if it was done as advertised. Now, I'm afraid, buddy, I'm going to be taking the lead on this review. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, you just listen to every word I've got to say. And let me explain why I'm going to take the word on this, because this is a perfect example, an absolute perfect example of what I was ranting about a few weeks ago on Friday, which was absolutely terrible, awful downloads being produced that should not be released to the Magic community. And this is a perfect example. Now, I promised myself that when I started the review show, I would not attack an individual. And I'm going to try very hard not to attack this guy. But the point is, I spent £10 on this trick. Personally, I didn't get it sent to me. I didn't get it sent to review. I paid £10 on this trick, and I feel completely and totally ripped off. So I feel it is my right to be able to tell everyone why this trick is just so terrible. Because it is. It is goddamn awful. It is terrible. And let me tell you why. I'm going to give you a few reasons why it's terrible. First of all, it uses an index. It uses a pocket index that he calls the crystal index. The only time that you would think that this index would be actually effective would be if you were smoking crystal meth, because this index just doesn't work. It cannot work. When I saw him performing it and I saw him explaining it, I was like, that's not going to work. Anybody who's been into Magic for more than 10 minutes would know that the index that he's describing isn't going to work. He's taken a concept like the Advocate by Daniel Madison, and he's devolved it 10 billion% into something that just doesn't work. And the other thing is the method behind this the way that this is accomplished is something that you would think up very, very easily when watching something like The Advocate. You'd watch something like Daniel Madison's Advocate and you go, oh, this is a way that you could use it. And in fact, when I put my blank DVD together years ago, I actually considered putting something like this on. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because everybody would probably think of something like that. And the problem is, the guy that's performing and presenting the downloading instructions, he's not a teacher. He's not an explainer of magic. Now, like I say, I don't want to make this personal to the guy because he seems like a really nice guy, but the bottom line is he has produced something and is offering it up to the magic community in return for money. He has my money. Therefore, I want to tell you that I feel like I've been completely ripped off because he cannot provide. Right, I'm not going to. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So I have put together a little 1-minute montage of stuff that I saw him say during the course of the explanation. Because he was constantly making mistakes and he was constantly making excuses. He was like, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, my hands are slippy. Oh, and the cards are there's moisture on the cards. Oh, my hands are slippy. Oh, sorry, this index isn't working because I've got big thighs and my jeans are baggy. Dude, your jeans aren't baggy. Your jeans aren't tight. He said, oh, my jeans are really tight. That's why it's not working. I've never seen jeans more baggy than your jeans. They are not tight. The reason that the index wasn't working is because it is not very good. Never say that word. It's not very good, right? That is why it's nothing to do with your jeans. So let's have a look at this little montage right now.
Shit, don't do that. Dirty hand, sorry. You might see a little bit of flashes. For the first time when I was doing this trick, I tried this out on my mom and she was like, I did it like this and she didn't notice. Ace, 2, oh shit, just a second, yeah. Actually, due to a little bit of moisture, the cards are sticking. Actually, my hands are a bit sweaty right now, that is why. My jeans is very tight, because my thigh is very thick, so everything becomes tight there. And I did it with my dad, and he like notices everything, my palming and his stuff. He knows a lot of things about magic. I've told him. Even he freaked out, right? And what was your... See, since it's a table setup and I'm not very comfortable, I'm not very good at pattern, but I'm good at misdirection because my stumbling and fumbling, grabs a lot of attention because what is trying to do? What is trying to do? Some might say that this is a negative point, but I see this as a positive point. I might not look confident sometimes, but I am.
You see what I mean? Now, I don't mean to rant. This is not a Friday rant. This is a review show with Craig and Ryland. But this is everything that I've talked about. I mean, you saw in the little clip there, he starts off by saying, when I had the idea for this trick, I showed my mom and she liked it. And then later on, towards the end of the explanation, he goes, oh, by the way, I showed my dad and he knows a bit about magic because I told him, but he liked it as well. And then at the end, he's like, I've shown this to a few friends and they like it as well. I don't believe that you've done this in a paid gig. I do not believe, sir, that you have ever performed this outside of a small group of friends and family. Because if you have, you would not be making so many mistakes when explaining it. That little montage that I just put on the screen, that looks like the sort of the bloopers from like that you play at the end credits of a film. That was actually taken from the actual explanation. So I spent £10 for you to fumble and bumble your way through a trick that wouldn't fool a blind monkey. So I'm going to give you some advice right now. First of all, this gets 0 from me. 0%. In fact, no, it gets negative 100% from me. This is one of the worst. I feel insulted that I spent money on this, dude. And here's my advice to you. Don't release anything again. Here's what you do. When you get a trick, show your mom and dad and show your friends, but then actually go and work it for a year. And actually have a product that you can be proud of, that you can go and you can present to the Magic community, and you'll take their money when they buy it, and they will actually enjoy the product, as opposed to doing what you're doing right now with the Perfidious ACAAN, which is complete and total daylight robbery. 100%, absolutely terrible. It's just dire.
100%.
I meant negative 100%, minus 100%.
That's what I was going to say.
It's terrible. It's not a very good trick at all. And, you know, you shouldn't be releasing stuff. You shouldn't be releasing a product when you can't even explain how it works. You shouldn't be releasing a product when it doesn't work. Your index doesn't work. I don't know if you've seen, you know, I'm not one to talk about crediting. Everybody knows my history. But, dude, you didn't credit Barry Richardson, which is 50% of your creation. You didn't even mention Barry Richardson. You didn't mention The Advocate, which is the other 50% of your routine. You've basically taken Barry Richardson's routine and you've taken an index a little bit like The Advocate. You've meshed them together. You never mention anything like that. You just talk about how you came up with the idea and you fooled your mom. Minus 100%. Never release anything again. Go to your room. Right, so review number 3, we have Crazy...
By the way, you didn't let me give a percent on the last review.
I'm sorry, I didn't let you speak that much, did I?
Yeah.
Go on quickly.
Minus 9 billion.
Oh, really? You know what, I'm actually going to let you off on that one, because I think that's probably what it's worth. Minus 9 billion. Okay, right, next up we have Crazy Hole by Mickael Chatelain. Do you know, actually, we haven't discussed this. You and I watched this together.
And it's a good job of performing it because it's an epic one.
It is epic. It's really good. Do you know who Mickael Chatelain is? You do another trick of Mickael Chatelain's.
Who's?
That one with the 4 holes in the corners of the card, and you shake it and it goes all over the
Does
place.
he do a lot of hole stuff?
It seems like it does do a lot of hole stuff. I put a video up on the channel recently, 3 best tricks with holes that you've probably never seen before. But, you know, it was... It wasn't this. Anyway, you're going to perform this. Crazy Hole by Mickael Chatelain. Are you going to go for it?
Yeah.
Okay, come forward, perform it. Go.
Daddy?
Yep.
I've got the King of Diamonds and it's got 2 holes in.
Yes, I see that, yes.
2 holes in his arm.
Yes.
And then I've got the 3 of Spades.
Yeah, and there's a hole...
There.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this card in this card like this, okay?
Yeah.
So it lines up, okay?
Mhm.
And then I'm going to put the straw through.
Okay, so you've got the straw
So I can't
going
move,
through both holes. Hold it so the camera can see it, though, buddy.
So I can't move it at all, yeah?
Well, no, because the straw's through the holes. That would be impossible.
Yeah, but look at this. I can magically, go slowly, pulling it over there.
You've moved the hole.
Yeah, I moved the whole look.
What? The hole is moved. No way. Look at that. Mummy's looking from behind the camera. She's not seeing this and she's like freaking out.
And then watch this. When I snap, it goes back where it was. And look, the hole is back where it was.
That is so cool. I absolutely love that. You've never seen that before, have you, Sarah?
Mommy's blown away.
Mummy is blown away. I love this. When me and Ryland
Do you know what?
Yeah?
Mommy, if she doesn't figure out how it works, in 10 seconds, I get to play on the Switch all day today.
Hey, we're trying to be doing a review. Let us have some. But no, seriously, what you just saw Ryland do, we can't stop playing with this. It really is that clean. You literally you can move the hole and you can move it to one side of the card and like Ryland did, you can concentrate and have it move back to the center. You can show the hole. Every time you move it, you can show the hole and it just looks epic, doesn't it, Ryan?
Yeah.
You're planning on doing that on your review show today after we film this. You're filming for your review show and you want to do this, don't you?
I'm filming for my review show.
No, your YouTube channel, sorry. So yeah, I mean, what is it exactly? It's very easy to do, isn't it? I mean, it's a 10-minute download. We watch the download and immediately we could do it. It's very, very easily, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are there any angle problems? Are there any issues looking from other angles? There's not really, is there?
Not really, except from on that card.
Yeah.
You show it like here when you're holding like.
You want to be careful when you're showing the red card, but to be honest, I mean, as long as you're just like that, it's totally not a problem. It's totally not an issue. It can't be examined really unless you do a switch. Mickael has got an alternate handling. in the download.
That card can be examined, but not that one.
Yeah, it can be, this can be examined, the red card can't. But you could very easily, if you were worried about that, you could very easily switch the red card out for one that could be examined if you wanted to go down that route. And as I said, Michael's got handling on there where he takes a red card and a blue card, he takes a hole punch, he actually punches the holes there and then he does the routine, and then he hands them out for examination. I love it for sort of virtual shows and I love it for social media. I just think it's so visual just to take the card, show it, push the hole through. It looks really good. I mean, it looks amazing, especially when the hole moves itself back to the center. It really does look good. I mean, I can't think of anything else to say about it. Oh yeah, one thing, obviously it's not broken on us yet, but because of how it's made, we don't want to give anything away, but because of how it's made, it might at some point break. But if it does, it's not an issue. And the reason it's not an issue is because
it's got more in the thing.
It's got more of the stuff that you need in the thing, and Michael goes through how to actually fix it if it does break, and it's a very easy thing to fix in like 2 minutes. And the stuff that you get supplied with, if it does break, you can get that from anywhere. It's a very easily you've probably got some around in your magic cupboard or wherever it is you keep your magic. So
have you got some? Yeah,
I've got some. Yeah, down the office. So there you go. You know what? I really like this. I think that it would be great for walk around when we're actually doing real world gigs outside of virtual. I think it would be great for walk around because there are no angle issues and it is a very quick visual trick. I do think if you were doing it walk around, you'd probably want to have the red card and the blue card examined because it's so impossible. I think people are going to want to examine it. So I think if you're doing it in a live situation, you'd want to be able to have the cards examined, which isn't too much of an issue because when you've done it, you can have this examined, you can have this examined, and then it's a very simple matter if you've got a deck. So what you can do is you can have a red deck and you can have this blue card, have this blue card examined, have this examined, take a deck, hole punch a card, switch it for the gimmick, which is this, do the thing, and then, top change or double back a double lift, whatever you want to do to be into a situation where you can then hand it out for examination and left with a regular deck. There's lots of different ways you could do it. But yeah, I mean, I love it. I love it. It's so super visual. It's definitely going on my TikTok channel. It's definitely going in virtual shows. I'm going to give it 90%. What are you giving it? 100%, I'm not surprised. As soon as he saw it, it was like, this is so cool. And it is. It's a fun thing to play with. Me and him have been sitting there all yesterday just going, hey, this is so cool. It does look awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah.
90% from me, 100% from him. It's another great product by Mickael Chatelain. Right, so the final review today is Fragment by Abstract Effects. I'm going to perform it for you very, very quickly, and then we will talk about what I think of it. So what is Fragment? Well, the basic effect that you can do with it, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do as well, but the basic effect is you take a playing card, and if you want to get a whole deck, you just start to shake this playing card like this, and then what happens is a whole deck actually appears right there, and I'm ending up with a full deck of 52 playing cards. That is Fragment. Okay, so that is Fragment by Abstract Effects. And Abstract Effects are basically, stop it now, we know what you think of it. Abstract Effects are basically Nicholas Lawrence, who is an amazing magician, and the other brothers, who are great. And I need to say that up front. I need to say I have all the respect in the world for the other brothers, and I have all the respect in the world for Nicholas Lawrence. And I think that the three of them have created some of the best tricks that have ever been released to the magic community. The reason I have to say this is because I just don't like this. I really, really don't like it. You really don't like it. He doesn't like it even worse than me. He feels the same way about this as I did about the Perfidious ACAAN.
Which is what again?
The one that I did before that was just terrible.
Oh.
Yeah. But let me explain why I don't like it, because although I don't like it, I'm not in Perfidious ACAAN territory with this. Like, I can see this working in the right time, right place, and it's obviously been well thought out by the guys at Abstract Effects. So my issue with it is in essence a deck production. Now, the download is about an hour, and on the download they have so many ideas with this. They have a routine, they have a way of having a deck of cards, switching this in halfway through a pick a card trick, and then switching it out and doing like a transposition with the pocket, and having they discuss a holdout that you can create so you can hold out the gimmick until you need it. They also talk about how you can use this to vanish a deck of cards, a little bit like level 1. They talk about how there's so many ideas that they've got with this, and it is obvious that this has been well thought out. And Justin Flom has actually performed this on his social media, and his social media blew up after he performed this routine. And you know what? If you were going to do this on something like TikTok, or you were going to do this on social media, this is good. I mean, Justin Flom has this handling where he has a single card and he throws it on the table, and as he does, the entire deck appears. And that's a really nice visual moment. But the problem is, for a working professional, this just is not a great way to produce a deck of cards, because once the cards have been produced like this and you've got them, you can't do anything with these cards anymore. Unless you do some sort of deck switch, you cannot do anything with these cards. They can't pick the cards up or touch them because they are very, very heavily gaffed. And also, it is quite angly. When you're in the position where you're just about to do the deck appearance, it is quite an angly thing. If you've got people people have to look down at you, basically, down or sort of angled down. If they're looking sort of on the same level, that's not going to be a great angle to perform this at. Why don't you like it so much? Because you're really, really, really against this trick. Why is that?
It's just terrible.
It's terrible. Do you like the way that the deck of cards appears, or do you think that there's better ways of doing that?
A better way of doing that.
There's better ways of doing that. Okay, you know what? I think the deck appearance is beautiful. I really do think the deck appearance is beautiful, but there's lots of different ways.
I do like the deck appearance, but I don't like everything else. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, I know that I want to argue with you, and the reason I want to argue with you is because I'm such a big fan of the other brothers, and I'm such a big fan of Nicholas Lawrence. I know you are. Their card to pocket routine you love more than me, and Nicholas Lawrence has got some amazing stuff, and he's some amazing stuff. But I just don't like it. It feels like this is the sort of thing that should have been put in something like Genie as an idea that you can play with. It's like, hey, but because you could make the gimmick yourself if you wanted to. They have custom made it. I don't want people to think that this isn't a well-made gimmick. It is a well-made gimmick. But you could fashion a version of this gimmick yourself if you wanted to. This is the sort of thing that you might put in Genie and go, hey, here's a routine. This is really clever. And it would go really, really well. It doesn't feel like the sort of routine that warrants its own release. I was very disappointed. When I saw it, I was just really disappointed because I was expecting, with the names attached to this, Justin Flom, Nicholas Lawrence, the other brothers, I was expecting something really, really clever. And maybe it's just because I got disappointed, but I just can't see myself almost giving away the gimmick there. See, if I accidentally touch it, I can give away the gimmick. Let me just put that over there. I can't see myself ever doing this because, you're also going to need a table. They have got one handling that requires no table, but it's not anywhere near as good, to be perfectly honest. It really isn't. So you're going to need a table for it as well. There's angle considerations. It can't be examined. And it's kind of like, you make the cards appear. You can't do anything with the cards. You just can't. You're going to go, well, look, I've made a deck of cards appear. Let's put those away and let's do something else. And there's better ways of doing the same thing. I don't want to be too negative because these guys are very creative. They've obviously worked on this. I watched the download and I was like, this is terrible. And throughout the download, they were almost changing my mind. But then it's kind of like, they haven't changed my mind. I'm never going to do this. I'm never, ever going to do this. Actually, will I do it on my TikTok? Probably. Because it is the sort of thing that would look really cool on TikTok. So you might see it going on my TikTok account, but that's it. That's the only place I'm going to do it. That's it. Would you do this? No? Not even on your YouTube channel? No? Okay. I don't know. I'm going to give it 50%. There's going to be people out there. If you're a social media guy, if you're the sort of guy that, if you've seen the interview with Gary Jones that we did on Talk Magic a few weeks ago, look at that, because Gary said something on there which is absolutely 100%. He said that when he creates magic, he said, there's certain tricks that are released that are designed to be just done on social media. And then there's other routines that are designed to be done in the real world. And he said when he creates magic, he'd like to create a routine that would work really well on social media, but at the same time, it'll work really well in the real world. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that you can put on social media and get wow, but I can also do it in the real world. I don't want to spend 30 quid or 25 quid or 35 quid or whatever it is on a gimmick that I'm going to use once on my TikTok channel and then chuck in the bin or chuck in my bottom drawer because I'm never going to do it again, because I will never do this. So it gets 50% off me. What are you giving it?
45.
45% from him, 50% from me. If you look, to sum up, if you're a worker, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're the sort of person that puts a lot of stuff on social media, you could probably do this in a few different creative ways and you might get something out of it. But for me, I've got better ways of achieving the same thing. Sorry, guys, not great. Right, so I think that is...
Another review show in the bag.
Another review show in the bag, absolutely, buddy. We'll be back next week with another Ryland and Craig review. And also, thanks very much for everybody who's been tuning in to Talk Magic. We're having an absolute blast putting them up on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Honestly, the names that we are interviewing at the moment are like a who's who. So if you have not seen the Talk Magic interviews, just check the playlist out on the channel. They go up every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. We've got 14 videos going up every single week now. We're really trying to make this YouTube channel a place where magicians can hang out. And if you want anything, you want to see us do anything, please just let me know. We will be back next week, won't we, buddy?
Yeah.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
See ya.